Hey guys, Bobby here. So, it's summer, and I've been doing, and I've been watching like a lot of movies lately. Um, and I'd have to say, I've been watching a lot of westerns. Westerns and horror films are. I can honestly say westerns and horror films are my favorite film genres right now. Westerns I I do consider them, their own genre. A lot of people consider them, a subgenre of the action adventure genre, which in itself is a goddamn subject. Anyways, fucking fuck it. I have a stack of movies here. You know what? I forgot. I don't. Give me a second. Give me a second. I forgot I had some other movies to show off. So, I have this stack right here of Blu-rays and two DVDs, and I have some that I don't own, but I do highly recommend. I'm I apologize if this video is. Oh, put my lamp on. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So first off, I'm not going in any chronological order. I'm just going to order my stack, and let's start off with one of the first westerns I ever watched, Tombstone. Now I own this on Blu-ray, on DVD. I've been looking for a Blu-ray version of this film, but it's kind of expensive. I don't know why. Maybe it's like out of print or something. I don't know. But Tombstone follows calling Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp. He's retired. He's no longer a lawman, and he decided to go into retirement and basically just hang out. But when a group of outlaws who are referred to as the Cowboys come start shit, he has to team up with his buddies. Most notable Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday, who is the best part of this film. Um, it's very Hollywood. It's very fast paced, a lot of action, but that's in no way a bad thing. I recommend this to people who just can't watch older movies. It's still it's a very well made western. It's not my favorite at all. Don't but the acting in the film, especially, is particularly from Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. He steals the entire goddamn show. But anyways, still a very good film. Yeah, there's Tombstone. Now we are gonna go. Let's see. Let me order my movies really quick. Okay. Next up we have um, Fistful of Dollars. Fistful of Dollars is the first part in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, comprised of Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And in several ways, I do really love Fistful of Dollars. Fistful of Dollars takes the basic plot of the Japanese samurai film Yojimbo, directed by the legendary Akira Kurosawa, which I highly recommend you watch that film. About a mysterious drifter who comes into a town that is caught and he's caught in between two warring gangs, and he decides that he can make money off this war. It's very well filmed. The music in this film is great. Clint Eastwood as the hero. Not even hero, protagonist. He's just fantastic. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Fistful of Dollars. If you're gonna buy it, I highly recommend you either get this DVD, the two disc collector set, or you get the Blu-ray, which is basically the DVD. Only I believe the DVD has a little booklet inside it. Yeah, little booklet. There we go. Yeah. I do not own this on Blu-ray, but from what I understand, it looks as good as a mid-60s low-budget western can look. Okay, then we go to the second part in the saga, and my personal favorite, For a Few Dollars More. Fun fact: this was one of my first Blu-rays, and oh my god, it looks fucking fantastic. For a Few Dollars More is about Clint Eastwood's character, man with no name, and Lee Van Cleef's character, seen here on the back, the one in the suit. They are two bounty hunters. Clint Eastwood being, the old school guns blazing kind of bounty hunter, whereas Lee Van Cleef is more strategic. They are after they're after a bandit. What's his name? God damn it, what's his name? I can't remember what his name was. A bandit who has ties to Lee Van Cleef character. He has a huge bounty on his head. He and his gang. So Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef team up, take him down. Very, very well made. It's just everything about it is so good. I love the score. I love the way that Ennio Morricone, who did the score in all three Dollars film, he incorporates this musical watch into the score, and it looks so damn good. Lee Van Cleef steals the show. I love Clint Eastwood, but Lee Van Cleef is just he's my favorite character in the film. Then we got the third film, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Good, Bad, and the Ugly is in several ways the quintessential Western. It is I hate to admit it, but it is a lot better than Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More. It has a bigger scope. The characters are better. The music is better. But whatever reason, I prefer this one. But anyways, this follows three men during the Civil War who are after I believe $10,000 in gold, which is nowadays like millions of dollars. And excuse me, my fucking knees itchy. Clint Eastwood plays the titular good. His co-star Eli Wallach, he plays the ugly, and Lee Van Cleef, who is not the same character in this film, plays the titular bad. And the nice thing is, the good really shouldn't be there. Clint Eastwood's motives are just so much straddling the line between bad guy and good guy. He's very selfish. He is purely in it for the money. He doesn't care if he has to kill his buddy, Eli Wallach's character. What's his name? Son of a bitch. Tuco. There we go. Tuco. Yeah, it's just grander. The music is so fucking well written. It's very hard to say which Leone film I prefer. It's a three-way tie between Good, Bad, and the Ugly, Once Upon a Time in the West, and Once Upon a Time in America. He's at the top of his game in all three of those films, especially in this one. The final showdown is just, I dare say that the final showdown is the greatest thing ever caught on camera. So yeah, I highly recommend Good, Bad, and Ugly, even though I do prefer For a Few Dollars More. Now, while we're on the set, we have Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, one of the original buddy films, and it's just at first I didn't really like it too much, but after my third viewing, I love the hell out of this movie. Excuse me. It's very Hollywood. I believe it was made in 1969. And I can't remember which one came out first, Butch Cassidy or The Wild Bunch. Anyways, this follows Paul Newman's Butch Cassidy and Robert Redford's Sundance Kid as they rob banks, trains in America. They decide they have to run from the law, so they go off to where was it? Where the hell did they go? God damn it! It doesn't even say on the back of the fucking box. Some Spanish country, and there's a lot of humor in it. Paul Newman and Robert Redford are just so much fun to watch. If you like these two performances, I highly recommend you watch The Sting. And yeah, good humor. The Blu-ray, sadly, the Blu-ray is a bit lacking in that it looks too good, too much DRM, I believe. Anyways, it looks good. Anyways, the special features on it, it's pretty good. Then we have the Magnificent Seven, which is a Western remake of Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. And while I do prefer Seven Samurai, the Magnificent Seven is just as good, if only falling down a little bit in the goodness factor. It's fucking star-studded. We have Yul Brynner, Eli Wallach, and Steve McQueen in the starring roles. Steve McQueen, I love Steve McQueen so damn much. He's just so much fun to watch. Bullet is probably Bullet has to be one of my favorite car chase movies ever. Um, Basically, Mexican Pueblo is being ravaged by a gang of Mexican bandits. Taking all their food and stuff. So they decide to hire 7 American gunslingers to help protect their town. And each gunfighter is given his own personality. Like my favorite is the hot-headed guy. What's his name? What's his damn name? I can't remember what his damn name is. He's very very brash, very angry, but he comes to have a very very great relationship with a bunch of children in the Pueblo, and his fate is very very heartbreaking because of that. Good movie. Good Blu-ray. All three of these movies are great on Blu-ray. If you can, I recommend you get this little ditty. You can get it at Walmart and I believe Sam's Club for about $18. I got this Black Friday for $8, but for $18 you get 3 great films on Blu-ray. Fucking great. Yeah. Next on my stack is the most recent film, and that is Quentin Tarantino's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant Django Unchained. I fucking love this movie. This movie's so damn freaking good. Django Unchained is basically, it follows a former slave who's named Django, who is rescued by what's called Dr. King Schultz, played by the wonderful Christoph Waltz. Christoph Waltz steals this movie, and they decide to go. They decide to become partners, to go bounty hunting, and ultimately try to rescue Django's wife, who is now owned by a plantation owner. What's his name? Calvin Candy, who's played by Leonardo DiCaprio. All of these actors are great, but Christoph Waltz does a goddamn show in this. The movie is extremely violent. There's a lot of use of the N-word. A lot of very, like, wow, I cannot believe they fucking put that on film moments. The film is shot beautifully. It's obviously very highly influenced by Sergio Leone. The one caveat with this film is its soundtrack. Sadly, Tarantino does not know how the hell to go about using music in a western. He takes a lot of music from past westerns like Two Mules for Sister Sarah. What other ones did he fucking? That one comes to mind immediately. Ennio Morricone wrote a brand new piece specifically for the movie, and it's just sadly put to waste. It is not used well. But other than that, it's a great movie. It's a great Blu-ray. It was shot and filmed the way westerns are supposed to be shot. I cannot say more about that movie. It's too damn good. Now here is the original film that inspired Django Unchained, and 30 unofficial sequels. Django, starring Franco Nero. Now, okay, I have to say, I was a bit disappointed with this one. I was expecting a little bit more than what I got, but what I did get was still great nonetheless. Franco Nero stars the titular Django, which is basically just another retelling of Yojimbo. Only Franco Nero's Django is so over the top and badass, it makes the film feel a little bit more fresh. Django is a traveling, not like traveling, but more like ex Union soldier and he comes into town carrying a coffin, and when a group wannabe KKK members come, he pulls it. He opens the coffin and pulls out the giant ass minigun and just fucking like murders everyone. It's so damn over the top. It's just so much fun. The Blu-ray itself, having viewed this film on DVD, the Blu-ray itself is a goddamn revelation. Do not go into this expecting, you know, reference quality picture and sound. The picture has this really really annoying flicker, but when you realize that Blue Underground did what they could with some of the original source material, it is fantastic. And we have another recent one, the remake of 310 to Yuma. I have not seen the original 310 to Yuma. That was recently released by Criterion on Blu-ray. So like once they have like another Criterion sale somewhere, I'll end up buying it probably, just because this film is one of my favorites. Whereas Django Unchained took what made spaghetti westerns great and translated it into not like translated it, but brought it to modern audiences. 310 to Yuma takes what made the pre-spaghetti westerns great and presented it to modern audiences. It stars Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. Christian Bale, his land is being threatened to be taken away from the railroad company, and to make way for the railroad. They constantly harass him. He's on the verge of losing everything. So when outlaw Ben Wade, played by Russell Crowe, is captured and is in need of transportation to the 310 to Yuma train, the train to Yuma prison, Christian Bale, he decides to make some money and take him there. And what transpires is just, I think that this is one of the best movies ever made, honestly. If only for the relationship between Bale and Russell Crowe that they end up forming. When everyone, Ben Wade's posse ends up catching up to him once they reach the train station, and everyone else says, you know what, fuck it, we are not going to kill over this. I'm getting the hell out of here. Christian Bale stands up and says, you know what, screw that. To hell with the money. I just want to be a good man and take Ben Wade to the train. And Ben Wade, Russell Crowe's character says, you know what, that is so goddamn respectable. I'm going to let you take me to prison. And it's just, everything is so damn good. Now this one is a bit overrated. I have to say, a bit overrated. I heard so many good things about it. When I finally watched it, I was a bit let down. But regardless, I still like the movie, and that is Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood's really a lot of people consider it his magnum opus. I do prefer Gran Torino over Unforgiven. But anyways, Unforgiven follows former outlaw William Money, who decided to take a hit on a man who abused, I believe, a prostitute after what was that? I think it was because he was, he had no money and his farm was failing, and he just basically wanted to, give his children a good life. So he teams up with his former partner, played by Morgan Freeman, who's great in this movie, and a young boy to go take down the man and his men. And what transpires really is, it's great. We have Gene Hackman playing a very, very corrupt lawman. We have Clint Eastwood's character really just being the pinnacle of really everything. Good movie. I'm not gonna recommend that one. Clint Eastwood's Outlaw Josie Wales. Holy crap! This is a good movie. Well, let me put that out there. This is one of my first Blu-rays. The Blu-ray freaking blows me away. What they were able to do, I believe this was the 1978 production, 76 production. What they managed to do was just phenomenal with this Blu-ray. But the movie itself is, I believe, Eastwood's best. Um, I think it goes. Um, I think it was Josie Wales, Gran Torino, and then Unforgiven, and then maybe Letters to Iwo Jima. I like that one too. Anyways, uh, the titular Josie Wales is a former Confederate soldier who lost everything to everything. I mean, his house and his family to pro-Union soldiers. So when the war ends, he decides he's not going to give in and get murdered by Union soldiers, and really just runs across the country trying to evade the law, trying to get to Mexico. And along the way, he meets a relocated Indian man. What's his name? I can't remember what his name was, but he's played by Chief John George. He rescues elderly woman and her granddaughter, played by the, the damn the the simply beautiful Sandra Locke. She's so damn pretty in this movie. Ignoring her nudity in this movie. Anyways, yeah. So he ends up forming like a very weird family out of this, and it's just so good. Josie Wales is such a badass. Uh, I want to say he's even badassier than The Man with No Name. Good movie, fucking great movie. Now, I dare say that this is Leone's best film. It's so hard to decide between this film, Once Upon a Time in America, and Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and that is Once Upon a Time in the West. Whereas the Dollars trilogy were very over the top spaghetti westerns. Once Upon a Time in the West takes cues from the pre-Leone westerns. Um, basically John Wayne films, John Ford films, The Shootist, that was a fucking John Wayne film. Billy Guitar, yeah, good. And it's just about two men, Harmonica and Cheyenne, who help a woman who has inherited a ranch after her husband is murdered by what's his name? Damn it. Henry Fonda's villain. Henry Fonda in this film is so damn cool. When you watch Henry Fonda films, you always, Grapes of Wrath, we always associate him, as the American everyman. He has problems, but he always overcomes them. And when you watch the movie and you see him play the villain, it's so damn good. And I don't want to say too much. The theme, I think that this is Ennio Morricone's best work as a composer. We have the theme of Cheyenne. We have Harmonica's theme. We have that grand theme that plays um, throughout the movie. I'm running 23 minutes here, so I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna go on. So thanks for watching, guys.